Hi there, my name is Sam from Versus.com and welcome to a new comparison video between the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra and Xiaomi's Mi 11. We are comparing both phones in terms of display, performance, camera, design and battery life. So stay tuned and find out which phone is in our opinion the better phone. If you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's start straight away with our review. Let the facts speak. Display. The Xiaomi Mi 11 features a 6.81-inch true-color display with a 1440p resolution. It uses an AMOLED screen which creates very natural colors. The Mi 11 therefore measures 17.29 cm diagonally with a pixel density of 515 ppi. The display also has the adaptable 120Hz refresh rate with a Quad HD resolution and a peak brightness of 1500 nits. Sounds like a high-quality screen. Let's see what the Galaxy has to offer. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra has a 6.8-inch display with a 1440p resolution. It is fitted with an OLED screen which does a fantastic job. The S21 Ultra measures 17.3 cm diagonally with a pixel density of 515 ppi. The display has an impressive 120Hz refresh rate with a Quad HD resolution, and it is also downgrading the rate when it's not in use to reduce power consumption. Despite the obvious design differences, from the specs factor, this is almost like looking at the same screen. The only notable difference between the two is that the Xiaomi has like a 2% bigger screen-to-body ratio. So, as you probably expected, after hearing the stats, this is clearly a draw. Camera. The Xiaomi Mi 11 is equipped with a triple rear camera setup, featuring a 108 megapixel wide angle, a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle, and a 5 megapixel telemacro camera. Its front camera has a resolution of 20 megapixel. The Mi 11 records 8K videos at a maximum of 30 frames, and of course it features an optical image stabilization. Xiaomi's camera sounds really promising. Again, before we take a closer look, first the specs of Samsung's phone. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra has 4 main cameras. An ultra-wide with 12 megapixel, a wide angle with 108 megapixel and 2 telephoto cameras with 10 megapixel. The front camera's resolution is 40 megapixel. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra records 8K videos at a maximum of 24 frames per second. And of course it has image stabilization for video too. Both phones have good camera systems, but which one is actually the better system? Let's take it to our camera test and let's find out which one does a better job. Like always, we first take a look at the pictures taken on both in daylight conditions. We really are impressed by the sharpness of the Mi 11. So far, it has the best result in terms of sharpness. It clearly outperformed the S21 Ultra. The colors on Xiaomi's look more saturated compared to the colors of the Galaxy, as you notice in the greens of the plant. Overall, the Mi 11 also seems brighter than its competitor. With the pictures in nighttime conditions, it is a different story. The Mi 11 still seems brighter, but loses in overall picture quality. The Galaxy has more contrast, which lets it seem darker, but also gives it more details. Both phones seem to not be the best nighttime shooters, but the Galaxy is slightly better. Both phones have a great front camera, but in this comparison, the one from the Mi 11 has a slightly better result. It seems slightly sharper and more natural. The Galaxy S21 Ultra has a 3-fold and 10-fold optical and a 100-fold digital zoom feature. The Mi 11 on the other hand only has a 30-fold digital zoom feature. Instead of a telephoto camera, it has a super macro camera. Okay, so far so good. Now let's switch from photo feature to the video feature to find out which of these two phones takes better videos. What you see and hear is the quality of Xiaomi's Mi 11 video recording. We set it to the highest possible quality. Let's see what the competitor sounds it looks like. What you see and hear is the quality of Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra's video recording. We set it to the highest possible quality. Let's see what the competitor sounds and looks like. The Galaxy looks too oversaturated and the Xiaomi too undersaturated. Both devices are capable of recording in 8K, but the 8K on the Galaxy would have been too cropped in. So that we decided to do the video comparison on the S21 Ultra in 4K. Let's crop in a bit in post to see how that looks like. As you can see, both look pixelated when cropped in, but Xiaomi's device has way more details. It clearly has the upper hand in this comparison. 10 times cropped in, it is even more obvious. When it comes to slow motion videos, the Galaxy is capable of 240 frames per second in Full HD and 960 frames per second in 720p mode. The Xiaomi is able to shoot 480 frames per second in Full HD. In terms of photos, both take great pictures, but the Xiaomi definitely outperformed the Galaxy in terms of sharpness, at least in daylight conditions. but in terms of nighttime conditions, both underperformed. Xiaomi's video feature is also better than that of the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Its field of view is way bigger than that of the Galaxy, which made it possible to use the 8K without cropping in. In the end, there were more pluses on Xiaomi's side than there were on Samsung's, which really impressed us. The Xiaomi Mi 11 takes home the point for the best camera system in this comparison. Performance. The Mi 11 uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chip with the power-efficient 5nm process technology. It offers 8GB RAM and there are two storage capacities available, a 128GB and a 256GB. The storage capacity can unfortunately not be expanded. So, it's our first phone with Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. Before we bring it into our performance stats, let's take a look at the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Since we are in Europe, this Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra model uses the Samsung Exynos 2100 chip with the new 5nm process technology. There are different versions with different storage capacities available, a 128GB and a 256GB with 12GB RAM, and a version with 512GB with 16GB of RAM, which is in use in this comparison. The storage capacity can unfortunately not be expanded anymore. So, Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 versus Samsung's newest processor, the Exynos 2100. Who is going to come out on top? Let's take them into the Antutu benchmark and Geekbench 5 test and find out. The tests are divided into three phases. A performance test of the RAM, a test of how the device is handling two-dimensional graphics, and an endurance test of how the device is handling 3D graphics. The second test is from Geekbench. This app will measure the performance of our smartphones in terms of CPU and GPU. Wow, Xiaomi's Mi 11 came in strong in the Antutu benchmark, with the strongest performance we had so far. In the Geekbench 5 test, the Mi 11 also had better results than the S21 Ultra. But the distances weren't as big. Still, the Snapdragon 888 let the Mi 11 perform way better than its competitor, which is why it is the decisive winner in this category. Design. The Galaxy S20 Ultra comes across very sophisticated thanks to its matte finish. The quad camera system is as usual on the upper left corner on the back of the phone, but the bump seems like it is more connected to the front of the phone. It looks like as if the frame is wrapped around the upper left corner of the back. The bump itself really sticks out of the phone again, which makes that corner really thick. The smartphone weighs 227 grams. It is roughly 16.5 cm long, 7.56 cm wide and 0.89 cm deep. It has a USB-C connector and thanks to an IP68 rating, it is also water and dust resistant. The S20 uses face recognition technology and a fingerprint scanner which is built into the screen to unlock the phone. Samsung improved the fingerprint scanner by making it 1.77 times bigger and 2 times faster. The Galaxy S21 Ultra has a high-end and clean design. Next up, the Mi 11. The Xiaomi Mi 11 comes over as really coherent and clean. Besides an aluminium frame, it is completely covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus with a matte finish on the back. Victus is the brand's newest version and is said to be an even more robust upgrade to Gorilla Glass 6, increasing drop performance and scratch resistance. The camera bump debuts a design we haven't seen before. It is stepped, with each lens sticking out by a different amount, but not too far. The smartphone weighs 196 grams, it has an USB-C connector at the bottom, but is missing a headphone jack. If you are an acoustic junkie, Xiaomi has you covered on another end though. Its dual speakers are produced by the experts of Harman Kardon, producing crisp, high-end sound quality. The phone uses an in-screen fingerprint sensor and AI face recognition technology to unlock the phone. It is missing the IP68 rating though. Well, once again it was really interesting and difficult to decide which phone has the upper hand in this category. But both have their advantages and disadvantages, and also similarities. For example, the matte finish which both phones have. The incredible huge camera bump on the Galaxy is definitely a disadvantage. But when looking at the Mi 11, the lack of the IP68 rating is also a big negative point. Overall, we could not decide which side we should play the ball to. So we called it once again a draw in this category. But we would like to mention one thing, which is to be noticed. The fact that Xiaomi's price is way lower than the Samsung's and still has such a good quality is in our opinion a big plus. But in the end it is on you to decide which phone you think is a better looking one. Therefore let us know in the comments below what you think of these two phones. Battery. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra when fully charged has 5000 mAh. On the other hand, the Xiaomi Mi 11 when fully charged has 4600 mAh. Both phones support reverse wireless charging and fast charging. The Galaxy has the bigger battery and therefore should last longer. The results were pretty much as expected. Due to its bigger battery, the Galaxy was able to last roughly 45 minutes longer than the Xiaomi. If you want to see the full battery test, click here. The Mi 11 has better charging capabilities, but since we think that endurance is a more important factor, the Galaxy gets the point. Conclusion. Okie dokie, let us take the time to go through all the categories to collect the points and find out which phone comes out on top in the end. First, we gave both phones a point in the display category, because there wasn't a big difference between them. The Xiaomi began to shine with the performance category. It outperformed the Galaxy easily, so another point on Mi 11's side. We couldn't decide which phone had the best design features, but we were impressed by Xiaomi's quality, since it is a less expensive phone. But still, we gave both a point by calling it a draw. In terms of the camera, the Xiaomi won again, because its camera system was the overall better one of these two devices. Once again, the last category is again the battery life comparison, which once again was led by the bigger battery, and in this case the Galaxy S21 Ultra. In the end, we count 3 points on the side of the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra and 4 points on Xiaomi's side. Therefore, the rightfully deserved winner in this comparison video is the Xiaomi Mi 11. Naturally, we review more than these 5 categories covered here. If you want to see the full comparison, follow the link to our website. You can compare up to 7 different smartphones at versus.com. But before you do that, please post your comments and let us know which phone you think ranks first. If you liked our video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Till then, take care and see you soon.